welcome to my messy desk. I mean my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And yeah, I got some new pens. Faber-Castell 4 Pitt Artist Pens, modern lettering. They were a little bit, on sale for the prime deals. And then I got these stencils. Where's the cover? Where's the other one? Which don't want to put their cover on. White chalk markers. And then I also got the black chalk markers. At least one of them was on sale. Alright. And then it's got a little smiley face on it, because that's the way you're supposed to lay them down when you store them. I may use some more of those right now. I may not. But I've been playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that how many came in here? Yep. 5. Oh, the AC's coming on just in time to make a video. Yeah, it was either turn on the camera and make something, or make no video today, because I'm starting to want to go back upstairs and just kind of play. I probably should have turned on the camera earlier. I really need to put these away. But do you think I will? We'll at least move them out of the way. How's that? Maybe we'll even find the covers that go on them. I have covers for these all over the place. I stack them over somewhere, and then I'm like, oh, I'll put these back on someday, and then I don't. But, you know, worst comes to worst, and they stop working, I just open them up and use them. Look, there's a cover there. Alright, and then I've been playing with my oil markers this morning. They are, or today, I guess it's not morning anymore. They are very transparent. I'll show you if I can find some, which ones they were. Well, like these little dots on the jellyfish were the markers, but the white is pasta pen or something like that. I scanned all those things the other day, and I've just been kind of playing with them. I haven't, like, officially, they're not a thing yet. I was doodling this today, did these. What else did I do? Well, these, see, I just printed 2 to a page. They haven't been, I haven't even, like, cropped them yet or anything. And these ones what was I doing with this one? I was making little things like Amy did in her Watercolor Wednesday video. Where's the other one? I don't know. I think you saw it a second ago, though. So, you know, it's nice. I can, like, use the printed pieces, and they're fun to use, and still have my originals to use, you know, or I could use my originals. Started playing with that page. See, these I think are better as, like, backgrounds, because it just seems hard to doodle on for me unless I do, like, I did that one the other day. I did that one. It's hard to always, you know, find the flower, like, because I can see mountains or flowers or whatever, but yeah. And then I was just kind of playing, doodling. This one I just turned into patchwork, just had the background there. That one I just did cross-hatching on everything except for the blobs. I don't know. This one I did the other day. Oh, look, I found a little flower bouquet in that one. Or this kind of looks like a dog's head, so you could, like, focus on that even. Did this one the other day. I was trying to see. It's just hard to find the flowers, but it'd be fun as a background. And this one I was like, are they this? Or actually, you turn it upside down, and you could have these be the bottom of some jellyfish. That I did the other day. So these are just kind of examples of how. This is the tissue paper. It came out kind of cool. I did play with some of these. Like, I softened these to, like, a watercolor. Like, just with the, oh, look, little black lines. Didn't know that. Just to kind of make the edges a little bit softer, I think. Let's see, mushrooms or trees, or I don't know, whatever you find there. This one has, it's layered darker here. So I've got the tissue paper layered over, it's actually this, it was minimal, I think it was the filter I used. So the background is minimal, and then the foreground is the tissue paper. And here it is with the background less opaque. Just turn down the opacity. And, well, that without the black, you know. And then this is like a couple layers. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these kinds of things, but I like playing in my Photoshop and seeing what happens. And then these, I just kind of did big doodly things. So the background is in the background, and then the doodles are in the front. Just some different. Oh, here's where I was using some of the transparent markers, and I was just doing some stuff. I had another one with the transparent markers. Where? Here it is. This one is what I started with. And I'm thinking I could even come through and do these like a little rose thingies or something, and then scan it again, and then I can come back and do all that doodly stuff on them if I wanted to. But see, yeah, it's just kind of like a lot of white, so it's hard to find what it is. Here I did, there's a little bit of a paint pen in there, and here I did paint pen first and then did a little marker over it. I don't know. They're not my favorites. You can see how messily I did that one. They don't have to be perfect. I don't know. But I kind of like the overall pattern, and the big with that in the background looks kind of bold. I kind of like that. And also I'm thinking if I do these into like journal pages or coloring pages that I think I'll do a border, but it'll go up higher. But I might do something on the border that's more than just white. I don't know. Because this is, let's see, this is sort of what it's like with the border, and then, you know, that's what it's like without a border. I don't know. And that's what happens when you use the oil markers. They're permanent, and they go through there. I got them at 5 and Below, so they weren't expensive, but I thought, oh, I'll try those. And they're very transparent, and they have the brush tip and fine-ish tip. I mean, it's not like super fine. And yeah, I was playing with those earlier today. But then I started just, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do in today's video. I guess we'll find out when I put a title to it. Right now, it's what's on my desk, because that's kind of where I am right now. Let's see. See, these are kind of fun. What? Oh, here's the other one. See, aren't they cool? What other shapes? See, Amy did some. She has some stencils you can use. Actually, I just draw them. But I never know what to draw. You know what I mean? Like, or I could even take, where is it? I had it the other day. It was right here. Of course it was. Oh, I found some of these big boxes that kind of have that magnetic closure. And I'm going to these are Christmas ones, but the Christmas ones were cheaper than the other ones. And so I got those, but I also got like a really pretty one. Like this. You can't, it's too big to fit in the camera. But yeah, this one's really pretty. Of course, I'm going to have to use my heat dryer to get those stupid stickers off. And then, whee! And it's really pretty on the inside too. So I don't even have to do anything to the inside of this one. Actually, I don't have to do anything to the outside either. I might not do anything to this one, although it does have a little bit of a, or I might cover it. Maybe I'll keep the top like this and cover the sides. I don't know. And also this cute little, there was like a little bed glued in it. So I think somebody must have used it for, I don't know if I'm going to keep that in there or not. Like a little Polly Pockets house for traveling. So there was like a little bed that was glued down here, and there's a little piece of doll furniture. But so there's like glue and stuff that was in here. So I will probably, the top I'm fine with, but I'll probably line the inside of this. And don't know if this is really hot glued in there and it's a mess. So I might not keep that. I don't know. I thought this might be fun for my maybe keep my paint markers in this. I don't know if they all fit. It might be a cute little thing. But I gotta do something with the inside first, because that's a lot of hot glue, man. But I thought it was a cute idea, though, to use like a little lunchbox or something like that to have a little travel dollhouse for your child. I'm not going to say daughter, because boys can play with dollhouses too. I think that my friend's little boy would play with dolls, and I'm like, oh, you're practicing being a father. I love it. Not that he'll be he might. Let's see. So yeah, the other big ones were $3.99, and the Christmas one has another box inside, and this one was $2.99. I kind of want to find a new handle for it, but I like the decoration on the outside, so there's nothing I really need to do to that. I just need to redo the inside, and then that will be fun to use. Yeah, I want to do more of these. Oh, that's why I was looking for squirrel. Oh, and then this one. I probably paid too much for this one, because it was actually it was $1.99, because it must have been 30% off. So, but I don't even want to cover it, because it's got that vintage look to it. So, periodic table of elements. And then I can fit longer things in it too. Like this could become my new, if I have like a lot more strips. Or, oh, my washi tape thingies could go in here. Oh, they'd be so much more fun in there. Let's see, do they fit? I got them right here. Squirrel. Ooh, they do fit. Oh, yeah. Let's put them in here. This is much more fun. This is much more funner. And then I can, if I want to stack something on top of it, I can. You are going to fit, right? Tell me you're going to fit. Alright, so you get the idea. Although now that I've started putting these in, I have to finish. That's not tape. These are a little bit longer. That's not tape. That's tape. I don't know. I might not be able to look at them if they're in here. There might be too... they might be too deep if I put them in here. That's not tape. That is. Oh my goodness. You guys remember these? Yeah, a whole month old now. Alright, put the big pieces on the bottom. Of course, this is easier to look through them, but this is prettier to store them in, so I don't know. And, this I keep losing. It ends up under stuff, and this I would like put up somewhere here where I could see it easily and it'd be pretty to look at. And so there we go. They do fit. They do fit. They do exist. Do I want these in here or not? I might. I'm gonna just rip them down the middle. These circles have been some of my favorites, but I could just do them on sticker paper or other paper and get more circles out of it than that too, than the pre-printed paper. So yeah, I thought this box was really cool. So that's what I got at the thrift store yesterday. That one's a little bit long. Diagonalize it. And they've got the magnetic closures, and I'm like, I like it because I won't lose the cover because the cover's attached. So yeah, there's that. Alright, where's this going? To the side right now, because why not? More things to work on. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Let me pause and look for what I'm looking for. I was looking for my flower punches, and I looked at them probably about 5 times before I found them. Alright, and I also grabbed a couple circle punches, because making little layering pieces, I don't know what happened there, is kind of fun. I have a need for cutting off the edge of this. Oh, I was going to use my ruler, but then I was like, can't see my ruler. And then I was like, oh look, there's my ruler. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple circles. Whoops. I know that Julie Torrens does the doodly circles. I'm sure other people do too, but I've seen her do it recently-ish. So, whoops. And let's do a flower, a blue flower. Why not? Now you could do die cuts too. I just don't feel like getting out my die cut machine right now. I almost would rather just have like a million punches and no die cuts, because that's just how I roll. Ooh, that's kind of cool as a, I don't know what. Anyway, what else do we have? So we got some circles. So I'm just kind of using my printouts that I have, which will eventually become a kit. I'm not there yet. But you can take any painty papers and, oh look, here we go. And that you have. You can make some painty papers. You can use paint. You can use watercolors, acrylic paints, distress inks, all the things. Do whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. Just do it good. Do a little scallop punch, whatever punches you have, whatever die cuts you have. And then, why are we doing this? Because, and then, oh look, we got some fun gray paper back here too. I didn't scan that one. And then we take our little ink markers, paint pens, markers, whatever it is you have that you like to use. I'm looking for leaf. Oh, I had it upstairs and then I brought it downstairs and now it's disappeared. Brought all my good pens up with me. Okay, so we'll just get a little. Woo, Sharpies work too. Oh wait, there's my fine. Oh, we'll just use this for now. And then you can just kind of follow the outside of your that, and then maybe put a circle in the middle and another circle around that. And then you can even just kind of go anything. Do whatever you like. Whatever. It doesn't have to look perfect. If you're looking for perfect, I don't know. I can't do perfect. Do you think you can do perfect? Then you do it perfect. I do it wonky and off kilter on purpose sometimes because it's just easier in my mind to do it like that on purpose than to have it happen accidentally and be frustrated by it. You know what I mean? And you just get a little high by your marker, and then you can add dots and whatnot of different varying colors. Doesn't have to be white. Oh, that white barely. Don't like that white. Let's see. What do we have here? That's not a fun color. This one's yellow. Let's do yellow. We can do yellow. There you go. That's nice and shows up really nice. Needs more yellow, doesn't it? I don't know. We could just do the whole center yellow. There we go. That helps. Alright, I probably should let that dry before I try anything else with it. Yellow and blue is nice. And just do some dots around here. They don't have to be you just kind of do a little asterisk in the middle or something like that. Now it's like a little blue and yellow pizza or sun, or I don't know. We can add to it after it dries. Can't do much to it. It's wet right now. You can do just some little circles in the middle, and then do the outside lines. Because you know how, like, when people do that quote fodder, the collage fodder, usually have like a border around. I know there are people that do not like that word. Doesn't really bother me. It's just a word. But, you know, if you like to have bits to use in your journals and whatever, you could just kind of do a little outline like that. And we could even, I don't know, add more. Oh wait, there's more. Kind of do doodly, Jack Black. Doodly, 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 doo. When I refer to Jack Black with the doodly doodlies, it's because of The Holiday, the movie, where he likes to do little tunes and whatnot from the scores of movies and whatnot. That's what I'm usually talking. That's what I'm talking about. Or maybe you just want to keep it simple. And you just want to do, I don't know. Can I keep it simple? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Let's see. Where's the middle? Just kind of want a little swirly in the middle. There you go. That's simple. It might not stay that way, but for now it is. There you go. They go together now. What if we take these little scallops and just do little circles on them? I don't know. I don't know what that will look like. I feel like it, hold on. I feel like it would be really tedious to have to watch, I think is what I'm thinking in my head. But I kind of want to see what it will look like. So, should I go ahead and just pause it or just kind of go fast? Doesn't have to be perfect. Just to have an idea of what that would look like, to just do little circles around the scalloped edge of the scalloped circle. Well, I'm almost done now. It didn't take, I felt like it was going to take forever, but I was going really slow at first. So a little ring of rings. What if you just do those messy circles? You know, I like the messy. I like the messy doodling sometimes the most. I don't know why. There we go. Whoops. Oh, that might be dry now. Just kind of do lines and then do more lines. And then we all come to the same point down here. And then maybe we'll go around this way, because that's kind of cool. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And then this will kind of go through here. So it's going to kind of look like it's kind of sort of going around on itself. There you go. That's kind of fun. Kind of reminds me like the top of an owl's face or whatever. You can even just do that on this one, which you can see where you want to end a little bit better. Whoops, no you can't. Because it's very light colored. Plus maybe you want to go thin, thick, thin, thick. And then I want to come this way. We could almost make this one look like a shell, couldn't ya? If I had thought about it ahead of time. I didn't. Sometimes I just like to, you know, you start and you go out. So you end up with a very dark line in the center just because you're starting at the same point for all of them. Hey, it's almost a shell. Like if I were to cut off this part right here, kind of go, is that right? That didn't look right. Hold on. Make it a shell. Now does it look like a shell a little bit? Maybe. Maybe. I just took the thinnest one. That was dumb. Where's bold? I just want to outline it. Just the littlest bit. So I took a scallop circle and then did my lines and then just, you know, cut off the bottom. Now I kind of have a shell, like a scalloped shell. Oh no, you can make all kinds of things to use on your artwork, ephemera, etc., etc., etc. Okay, these are still my favorites. The ones where I just randomly make. Well, I think because I see them a lot, maybe. Which pen did I use to make those? It was not this bold. I don't know. Let's try this. You just alright, I need that a little bit thicker. Try this bold one. That makes some funny noises, doesn't it? And then when I cut these out, I tend to leave just a little bit of a border. Because I do. I just like that look. Plus then it doesn't make it quite so flimsy in the middle. Not that much of a border, but you know. Sometimes it's just easier to not have the big paper flailing around. Yeah. Alright, this feels like a video that you should be watching at 2 times speed. It just transforms the paper when you do this. You can use stamps too. If you're like, I can't draw, not even a leaf. Well, use your stamps and cut around those. Use your die cuts and draw around those. But these are still my favorite, where I just have these thick lines. And you don't have to wait for me to have this available as a digital. You could take any of your background papers that you've got, or make some with your distress sprays, watercolors, acrylic inks, you know, all the things. You know, the more variety you have, the more fun you'll have making them. If you watch Amy's Wednesday's video, she has some stencils. Oh yeah, you could use stencils too. I don't know if I have any stencils that make... I do have some animal ones, and some leaf ones, I think. Or you can even take, let's see. Ooh, I got books. Books are easy to cut out. Let's do a. Where did I put all my papers? What is that? Oh, that got wet. Remember how I had like my stack of papers and I moved them to the side, and then I looked for something, and then I moved the stuff off the top of that something? Yep, that's what happened. So, let's take this one maybe and see how the books will look on that. This one here I'm thinking of, because it's got like squares and whatnot. And I'm super lazy right now. I just kind of want to just ink this whole thing and do all the books. Oh, and maybe get ink all over the thing. That'll be fun. Alright. And then, I want some blue ones too. And then, I don't know, someone says it's not how hard you press, but how long you leave it there. But then Gail counted one time, and it wasn't any better being left. So, you know, I don't know what the secret is. Alright, there we go. We've got some books. I may have to come back in with some lines. I'm going to kiss cut them so that they have a little bit of a, you know, and I'll be right back. I'm not going to make you watch me cut that. And for those of you that are new, kiss cut just means that I leave a little bit of an edge around. So like this one, I fussy cutted to the lines. So did I this one too. And then these, and so these ones are fussy cut all the way to the edge, and these ones are kiss cut, and they have a little bit of a border on them. So that's what that is. And so that's what it looks like with the stamps. I think it looks pretty cool, actually. So yeah, there's lots of things you can do with your papers that you make or that you buy. But the distress inks are really easy to use. And then if you have a scanner, you can then copy, you know, or a copier, that you can do that. Let's see, this is the paper that I was doing. So when I do have these available, they'll be full sheets like this and also double pages. And I'll try to coordinate the pages a little bit, even though if they're in a journal, they're not necessarily going to be together. So it really won't matter. And if you're going to doodle on them, you're probably not going to want to do double sides if you're going to use paper that is pens. If you're going to use pens that go through. But if you know you're not going to use pens that go through, you could do one of two things. You could print them double-sided on some heavier paper, or just print them single-sided. And what is it? So you could do them this way. This is what Nicole at Relax Cut Glue does. She does them this way, I believe. And then so she'll go through the first side, and then when it comes to, she prefers to do it on the right hand side, so then she just flips the book over. Of course, if you're left hand sided, you could do it the opposite. You could you know, where am I? You could have work on this side going this way, and then flip your book over so you're always on the left side, you know, if that's what you prefer. What would this be like? Let's see. If I use, instead of a black marker, I'm not super good at just, well, I'm probably better at just cutting them, sometimes I do better just cutting without drawing first, weirdly. But, yeah. You get the idea. I was going to see, whoops, except it's paint and I really should wait to do anything with that. And comparing flowers with leaves, so that's not quite. But you don't have to outline them in black. You can outline them in similar color or a contrasting color, or, you know, whatever. Kind of like the bold black for the other things. So I don't know. Let's see. Let me find a green. Ooh, got the lime green. Is that one open? Yes, it's not quite the green I want. And I'm not sure that it's gonna actually even show. But I mean, these are pretty easy. I mean, you just draw your line. So I'm trying to compare oranges with oranges now, or leaves with leaves. And I think I do really like the bold black line better. This one, you can't even hardly see the line. So you're just going to end up with your shape, which is fine. And still could be good. Where'd my other ones go? So here's comparing like with like. Oh my goodness, get out of my way. So, let's see, we could use something a little bit darker than what I just used though. Is that any darker? Well, it's brighter. It shows up more. It is much harder to draw on these once they're cut, just FYI. Because you can't really hold them. Gotta know. Well, that's not too bad. I think I still like the black though. Go figure. Like I said, I don't feel as good with flowers. I mean, I can. I know I've done them before. Let's see. Depends on the flower, maybe. That's not what I meant to do. And then there's, you know, when I do weird things. Alright, I really would like a stamp of my flower. But no, I don't want the stem. I just want like the flower, the full-on flower. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mariah? I want a stamp of that. Calling you out. Of my wallflowers. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that would be fun on here. But I just want the flower. I don't want the leaves. Even though I sent you one with the leaves, I want the straight on flower. It's gonna be like, couldn't you just send me this in an email? Yeah, I could have, but I just thought of it. I mean, I've thought of it before. I was like, oh, I gotta tell her if she ever makes it into a stamp, or I should say when, because I mean, it would make a cool stamp. Not to use the leaves, just use the straight on. I think it would be really fun to use. Oh, but if you've ordered stamps from PM Artist Studio, they're behind a little bit. She doesn't like being like 3 to 5 days, which is still really not bad because I mean they're made to order, but they had a lot of orders for stamps. So I've been holding off on ordering stamps. Stencils, if you're just ordering stencils, they're out still really quick. You know, they get those done right away. Alright. So it was a wonky flower, you know, but then you cut it out and maybe put it with the leaves or whatever. And then it kind of looks fun. I don't know. Put it with the weird leaves. Just kind of have it as a little bouquet. We need more flowers. Oh, we have this weird flower. They're all yellow. There you go. Make yourself a little bouquet. How would you use these things? Just in layering on your tags and stuff. These tags are already done. Hold on. That's not helpful. So like say you've got like this here as a tag, and you could layer something here. Or let's see, what is, I know, color-wise, I know you're thinking, why are you putting those two colors? But they are complementary because you got green and red, and those are complementary, so they really could work if you really wanted them to. Also, we could find one where it might work better. That one might be too short. Yeah, that one, the size is not right. But see, and then that one's, it still stands out a little bit, even though it's very, very similar. Nope, where's our weird? And we could just have this come on even halfway, or we could just do it. Put it on like that, and then you got a little card. Just cut off that bottom thing at the bottom. Do that. Off to, I don't like to center things, but I wouldn't have to because there's this nice little border here. And so putting that there, I still have stuff happening over here. So, you know, you just play with them and you do stuff with them. You just get creative. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. This was kind of fun. I just kind of found the orange bits and the green bits and just did swirls in the middle. Did you want to see these a little bit more? I kind of went through them really fast before. Oh, and then, yeah, this was another idea. If you like doing like the patchwork thing like Patricia does, which is really cool. She just kind of like has sections and she does doodles in the sections. You can make sections on any of the things. You know, you could take a background of any kind, and even though it's more organic here, you could totally just come along and just make squares. Or, oh, and you could put your hand in it. You could do it however. You could have little ones and the big ones. They could go straight, they could go diagonal. You could have them be, you could even line them up. I know some people don't like offset. Personally, I do. You know me. I'm kind of off kilter like that. But, you know, you could go through and just put blocks and do your little patchwork block doodling and still have kind of a fun background. Actually, this would be kind of fun too, even if you have like a bold design on the front and then just kind of do the patchwork doodling just around it. That could be fun. That's where that line goes. And where's that line? Right about there. And right about there. There we go. My outside lines are a little messy. So that would be cool. Well, of course, that's kind of cool even just like that with just the lines behind it. But then you could come back in and do the doodling. Doodly, 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 doodly. I know I have some pens here. Oh. So you could just kind of things. I don't know. You could just do circles in one box. Could even repeat that in another box. You can do little plus signs. If you use a wider pen, you won't have to do that. Although you might like that little scratchy look. You never know. You don't know what you like until you try it. And maybe you don't like doodling. Kind of like Carrie didn't like the neurographic art. It's okay. You don't have to like all the things all the time that everybody else likes. It's okay. If it's not enjoyable to you, don't do it. But you might find it to be very enjoyable. I like to just do lines. See, this would be fun to just do lines going in different directions. So like this one, I'll go this direction for this whole block. And the block will be my what's my border? That's where I stop. This actually might be a cool look. I don't know. We're gonna find out in just a minute. Alright, so there's one block. And then I'd go like a totally different direction. Or do a totally different line kind of work. And go like this the whole way around. Okay, so we get the idea for that one. And then I want to do something else down here. Like what? I don't know. Sometimes I switch, but I'm still going in the same general direction. I just kind of switched where I have my line open and where I have it closed. And maybe you want to border around that, maybe you don't. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Trying to border around it and see if we like it. Maybe. And keeping the green open like that. Yeah, that'd be kind of a cool look, wouldn't it? So just do your lines. In little boxes. It's hard to talk when you're doodling. That'd be a cool look, I think. Like this kind of a offset patchwork look. That'd be kind of cool. Sometimes I also go, what do I do? I don't know what I do. Let's see, so that'd be go that way. I think that's what I'm trying to do. So that would go that way, and that would be coming in. This is what I was trying to do. I didn't do it right. So start wide here, and then go in there. Start wide there, then go in there. Start wide there, and then go to that line there. Start wide there, and then go to that line there. You know, you get it, right? That's what I was wanting to do, I think, but it didn't start that way. But that's alright. Still looks alright. That's a big box. Maybe I can make that one smaller. I don't know. Kind of like... So these kind of like come straight out here, so now I might kind of do something that rounds here. Which is also kind of following that paint a little bit, how that goes. The background there. And then make a little leaf down here and follow that line now. That's fun. So like Patricia's been doing some patchwork, and like I say, just like she says, there's no wrong way to do it. Everybody's going, well, unless you're not having fun with it. If it's not enjoyable to you, then it's just not your thing, and it's okay. And I'm sad that it's not your thing, but it's okay. But still try it. I mean, I say still try it. You don't know until you try it. And maybe you'd rather do it like on something like Procreate so you can undo a last mark you didn't like. You know what I mean? Or do it in layers, and then, you know, you might really like a layer that you didn't. But you can at least take away that layer that you don't like, or whatever. Alright, that feels like a really big square to have to fill. We'll just... Alright, so we're going to start narrow here and go wide up here. But then we're going to start narrow here and go wide down there. Does that make sense? And where we're narrow on this side, we're going to go wide and then narrow. And then we're going to go narrow and then wide. And then we're going to wide and then narrow. And then narrow and then wide. And then wide and then narrow. Narrow and then wide. You get the idea. I feel like you're smart and you get the idea of what narrow and then wide means. Alright, did you kind of like the outlined look of the boxes? I don't know if you guys do or not. Pretty sure this video is more than long enough. Wide and then narrow. Narrow and then wide. Wide and then narrow. Narrow and then wide. There we go. That filled the box. But it doesn't, I don't know, maybe it'll be okay when the other boxes are full. It just feels empty. But, I mean, I could always come through and do more doodling on those. Maybe do just some circles. Fill in every other thing with some circles-ish. I mean, maybe, and then fill in these little bits here. That's kind of cool. So if I start with the circles, it doesn't have to stay circles. Like towards the end, it could just be more, you know, your circle starts and then ends at the other circle. That's what I'm trying to say. So like, yeah, here we go. Now we're going to do more like, now they're not circles. Now they're just loopy loops, which is fine too. So that's fun. You don't even have to do every one. You could do like 2 there and like 1 up there. And you can do that with any of the lines. Like, we could just take, if I could find the bottom, just take one of these lines and just do little curves coming up into that line. So you can do curvy lines inside your curvy lines, and it's kind of cool. But you don't have to do, I think it would be too much to do all of them. Whoops. But, you know, do a few of them. I think will look cool. Yes, I will. For you. I don't have a problem with it. I won't even say your name. But there's a third one. Because I love her. See, look, it looks good with 3. No, I need one over here. Odd numbers are supposedly pleasing. But there's going to be so much on here, no one's going to be counting. One more here. 2 wasn't enough. That's all I knew. 2 used to be my favorite number. Oh yeah, and if you're doing these little loopy-loop lines, you can go kind of like over to one side and then over to the other side and over to this side and over to that side. You can kind of make them wonky. Kind of ends up looking like scales maybe. I don't know. Or you could do 2 smaller ones and then 1 bigger one. And just try not to look like things. I don't know. The only problem I have with doing all the wavy lines and stuff is sometimes you see things. And, you know, that's just the way it is. Sometimes you're going to see things. that you weren't intending to be there. Mariah knows what I'm talking about. I'm always worried when I doodle that there's going to be things. Things and things and things. Oh, I didn't put my line there, and so now I'm going over the line. Oh well. If you've doodled or drawn, you know what I'm talking about. Or even looked at doodles. You're like, oh yeah, I see that. Didn't mean to see it. Don't think that was... I don't know. I know there are some people who have the intention of drawing that kind of stuff. What's her name? That does the flowers. The vagina flowers. See, there we go, not saying the word, it's the words, any of the words, and then I say the words. Oh look, see, this could be one of your circles. I probably wouldn't have chose to do it on this one, but I'm going to make it work. To make it more like what's here. So, if you don't like watching people doodle, please don't dislike this. Just you should have moved on already. And if you do like watching people doodle, you're welcome. That's messy, and that's alright. I'm going to do down in the middle here. There we go. Now it's more in line with that. But if I came over here and did it, just a little loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. And loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. It's more fun if you do sound effects. I'm telling ya. Sound effects. See, that was boring. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. See, much more fun. Do we want to outline that one? Do we want to outline all of them? I don't know. Outline? Don't outline? That is the question. Now you could use a ruler and have straight squares. Why? But why? Life's too short. Make your crooked, wonky squares. They still end up looking cool in the end. I'm telling you. I'm gonna keep working on this, and then it'll be in the I'll put it in the community post and show you what it looks like in the end. But I think this video is probably long enough. So yeah, another random video. Just doing random, super random. Well, I mean the bases. I played with the printouts of the watercolor, the distress ink pages that I did the other day, and showed you some other things that I worked on. And I really like doing the neurographic on it. So I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.